Hello, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, I guess. So I'm going to do another fly tying video for those of you that watched the last one. This will be a little bit different. So there are some fishing videos online where guys will go to, say, the dollar store or Walmart or, a store like that, and they will limit themselves to a certain amount of money to spend to buy something to fish with. Maybe it's a kind of bait, or maybe they'll go to Walmart and have to get a rod and a reel and a new line and some hooks and bait, all under $25, and go try to catch a fish with it. Now, I'm not intending to go fishing today, but I had always wanted to do a fly tying video where I go to the dollar store and try to find things to tie flies with. So I did that this afternoon. I did not record myself doing that, but I do have the items here, and I'm going to go through them. It's a little bit silly. I'll start off with something that I bought that's not for fly tying, but it's actually for my wife, for her upcoming show, possibly. I got her a pack of fake mustaches, so that's kind of funny. And so that, combined with the other things that I bought, might have looked a little bit silly when I went to the register. So one thing that I bought, first thing, is pipe cleaners, multicolored pipe cleaners. Hoping this will emulate the body, and it has wire built into it, which will help strengthen the fly. I got some blue fingernail polish. I'll actually probably use clear, but I did get this for $1, so that counts in the dollar store. I'm using hooks from Walmart. That's they're like $2.50 for the whole pack. That won't necessarily count, but anyway. My thread that I'm going to use is not fly tying thread. I'm actually going to use thread from this sewing kit. There's like 5 colors in there. It also came with a pack of needles and some other things, so it was very much worth the $1. I've got a pack, this bead chain. It's plastic, so it won't be very heavy like I like, but it will, I think, work for the fly today. And last but not least, the feather boa. It's lovely, I know. So these feathers, there's a couple of hundred on here, I'm sure. I can use these for some kind of flies, even though they're not great feathers. They will work for what I'm doing today. So the idea is that I use thread from a regular tying kit or a regular sewing kit. I'll use the hooks that I have here and the parts that I have to make a fly that I can later go fishing with. Again, I won't be fishing today, but I'll be making the fly. So let me... Yes, yay for fake mustaches and Paige. I'm sure it'll be very becoming of her. So anyway, so let me set this up. All right. Low network connection. Let's see if it keeps going. So I do have some regular tying tools. I have my vise. I do have a bobbin holder, which doesn't hold these bobbins particularly well, but it should work fine for what I'm doing today. Let me load that up. Let's see. Oh, I should have started that. Let me use a different color. I'll use red. So bobbin holder goes there. As you can see, it's very loose, but I think it will work. The thread goes into the tube. I'll do that off camera because it's easier to do. Should have done this before I started. Come on. So I'm still here. The scissors that I got with the sewing kit aren't very good scissors. I'm going to switch to my other scissors. Scissors weren't intended to be part of the whole kit. It just so happened that I got some scissors with the kit, and I thought I'd try to use them. Okay, so I'm threading the bobbin holder. Thread through. There we go. I'll switch this back around. Okay. I'm going to choose a little bit larger hook because some of the materials I'm using are bigger than I'm used to using. Standard Walmart bait hook. Now, it has these little barbs on top. I like to take those off. If you're looking at my dirty thumbnails, I actually picked some berries and ate them. It's not dirt. it's berry juice that got under my nail. So apologize for the dirty nails. So these hooks are offset. They have a weird bend to them, and I don't like that when I'm with my flies. So I'm going to put it in the vise and bend it more flat. Like that. I'm going to pinch it here. Okay, and you can tell it's tight by making it vibrate. I've got some pliers. I'm going to pinch these barbs down on top so they don't break my string. Oh, they're still up a little bit. Oh well. Okay, now see how this goes with this thread. The whole idea is to tie with the thread that I could find at the dollar store. I would have used hooks if I could find them at the dollar store, but I couldn't find any. So lay down a base layer. This is definitely much harder to tie with than regular tying thread. It seems to be going okay. Lay down a base. Usually tying thread has wax built into it. I might actually wax some of this, even though that's not part. I'm not going to do it. That's not part of the challenge. So anyway, this was my $5 worth of stuff from the dollar store. Okay. All right. So now I will take one of my feathers. I'm just going to break one off. I have a feather, fuzzy feather. These parts right here, these very, very fluffy parts, you can peel these off. Okay. Like this. And this, make it about the length of the body, like that. That thread is really having trouble. Come on. It's not very tight on the bobbin. It makes it a little hard to keep control of. So you put the string through your thumb and your finger, go over the feathers, and then you pull it down. And you go around a couple of times. I like to go under the tail once. Helps lock it down, especially with this stuff that doesn't have wax on it. So go around here. One thing I need to do before I get too far into it, I need to go and tie the eyes on. So the bead chain that I bought, I'm using that for eyes. So I'm going to build up a little bit of a base here and a little bit of a base here. I'm going to use up all my thread. So I have a little valley right there. Now I'm going to take my bead chain. I'm going to cut off, do this one. I get two little pieces, two beads, snip it off. So now I just have the two. I'm going to go here. Now these are going to be very big for this hook, but I think the fish will like it. So go here and go between them, and now it goes onto the hook like that. I'm going to go between this way and then cross the other way. And if I loosen this and turn it, you can see how it sits on the fly. Let that back down, and I'm going to work my way back to the back of the fly. Next step, I'll tie in my, since I have red string, I'm going to keep with the red theme. I have a red pipe cleaner. So what I'm going to do, when you use stuff that has wire, it adds weight to your fly, which makes it sink faster. And especially with this one having plastic eyes, it won't be as heavy. So this will help when I'm trying to fish with it. So the idea here is you tie it down to the body. Just I set the wire right at the end of the eyes right there. Okay, and I'm going to leave this here. And I'm also going to, I'll do that in a second. No, I'm going to do it now. I'm making this up as I go because of the materials I'm using. I'll work my way back down now that I've tied that in. This will help make the body beefy. So the part, the body is beefy. So now I'm going to use, I think I'm going to get a different feather, because I'm going to use the same fluffy part that I did on the other one. Here, I'm going to snip off, this is a kind of a rough, fluffy part here. I'll snip that off so it's clean. Okay, now I'm going to, I don't know how this is going to look. We'll see. I might leave that alone and just do it the way I was. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to go back forward. Tie in here. I'm going to take my wire and go around. It's hard to see. Now this I've never done before with this kind of material, but it looks like it'll be fine. It'll just be fluffy. So 3 turns is all it took. Ooh, that's kind of cool. 3 turns. Come up like this. And now I'll take, oh no, I dropped my thread. And it went all the way to the floor. That's another thing that doesn't happen with a fly tying bobbin. It does not go all the way to the floor if you drop it, usually. What a mess. I've never bird nested a bass rod because I've never fished with one that can bird nest, but I imagine that's kind of what it was like. Okay, so now I wound this around, palmered it, I guess you could say, and then I'm going to take this and go around the wire 2 times so that that's done. Do not fall again. Usually you can take this and just twist it a few times and it will break off. I'm assuming it will work with the pipe cleaner as well. I may be wrong. Sorry for the shake. Okay, it's not working. So, again, this is, there we go. This is trial and error for me with this particular material because I've never tied with dollar store feathers before. No excuses, right? No excuses. I'm gonna go behind my thread to, that is fluffy. Okay, I've got 3 times, probably enough. Again with the thread way too loose. Excuse me while I fix this thread. Okay, all right, a couple of turns here. And I'll go down carefully without messing with my thread. Feather off. It's really fluffy. Okay. So that was a couple of turns to hold that on. I'm going to go a couple more turns behind. Then I'm going to cross between the eyes, go to the front, make a few turns just to add a nose. Again, if you're just joining me and you're looking at my dirty thumb, it is from picking berries out of a tree and eating them. It's not dirt, I promise. I can't stand for my nails to be dirty like that. If you don't care, then that's okay too. Okay, so I did a couple of half hitches. Now I'm going to do a typical tie-off for myself that I picked up from Dave Camus online. Go around 2 times, go under one, pick up the other one, put it back where it was, go under and grab the same one again. It's gone through the loop twice. Pinch it so that it doesn't catch any feathers, pull it down, tie it off, a couple more. We'll go around a couple of times. See, I got a little bump here. I don't like that bump. I'm going to try to fill that in with the thread here. There. Okay, I smoothed it out. 2 turns, so the first one goes this side, the second one goes back. Then you can reach through the loop, grab the loose end, pull it through the loop, go through the loop again, grab the loose end, pull it through the loop a second time. Then I like to pinch the hook and the loop and ease it down. Sometimes if you have too much stuff going on your fly, you can do that and, ooh, I need to get my nail polish quick because that is coming untied because there's no wax. What I was saying, you can, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, I've got red. So, I like to use nail polish because it dries fast, it resists water, and it doesn't stick your fingers together if you accidentally touch it like super glue does. There we go. And since I'm already using red thread, I can use red nail polish. Now that might be considered cheating since I didn't actually buy the red nail polish today on the challenge, but it's nail polish and I did buy nail polish, so that's going to be my cheat. So far this would be considered the finished fly. When these very floaty thin feathers get wet, you'll be able to see the red through the feathers. It'll look like the guts of the minnow or whatever you pretend like this is going to be. Oh, there's a big chunk of feathers I cut off. Yeah, so another thing you can do if you have a big fluff like this at the back and you don't like it, you can hold here, you can wet your fingers, you can pinch and pull, and now you have a more defined tail piece. You could do that obviously around the head as well. But you know what? This is the kind of thing that if you are fishing it and you pull it, it'll pull like this, and when it stops, it'll undulate in the water like that. And so, yeah, guts and fluff. Thank you, Andy. So anyway, it'll undulate, and the fish will like that. With a longer hook, longer body, you could have more of this, obviously the pipe cleaner in there to have more fluff. Again, for Andy, the fluff. And you can, if you have multiple colors of nail polish, and I might go ahead and do this now, you can paint the bead chain eyes. Now this might get on my feathers, but you can put some on the outside of the bead chain eye and make blue eyes instead of, or whatever color. I made some cool orange and white flies and made the eyes green. So you could do that and then go back with a marker and make a black dot in there or whatever you want. And if you don't like it, you could always just take off the paint. So anyway, I hope you like that. Hey, nasty dirty fingers. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, the people that watched the whole time, that were here the whole time, Andy, they know that I was picking berries and eating them, and that is berry juice that got on my fingers, not dirt. Thank you. So anyway, so there is a fly made from materials that I bought at dollar store. It is a very ugly fly, but I bet you 20 bucks it would catch fish, unless Andy was using it. And if Andy was using it, he wouldn't catch any fish. Or maybe he would catch a fish that has a blue string hanging out of his mouth, named Lucky. So anyway, that's just an inside joke from many, many moons ago. So hope you liked it. My phone's about to die, so I'm going to save it. And I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye. Let me do that thing. Thank you for watching.